welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Meg and today's video is 5 really simple yet effective zero waste hacks. So 5 super easy ways that you can cut down on your waste and in turn save money. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so number 1 is repurposing mushroom punnet wrapping. But basically, when you buy a punnet of mushrooms, it usually comes in a film wrapper. And I repurpose this, I save them up and I repurpose it to use as an alternative to cling film or just general food wrapping bowls in the microwave, whatever it is you like to use it for. So if you can't buy loose, which is always best, of course, because then there's no packaging, but if you can't, what I do is I will generally raid the reduced aisle, which is something that I really enjoy doing, and I will do another video dedicated to reduced items and supermarket waste. But if you get a punnet of mushrooms, flip that over, and you can, if you do it gently, peel it away. Sometimes it's, glued down too much and it doesn't work. But a lot of the time I've managed to get a whole sheet, and I'll put photos up here, of just how much I've saved. And it's just a really good way of repurposing something that's quite wasteful. I haven't bought personally cling film for years, and something that I really wanted to share with you. Okay, so number 2 is reviving stale bread. Now this might sound a bit strange as well, but basically when you come to the end of a loaf, it's often hard and it's a bit off-putting, especially if it's not sliced. Automatically we can just throw that in the bin. What you can actually do, and I'll again put photos of this up here, is you can really gently, so a really light trickle, just quickly run it under the tap on both sides, and I mean like a really light, just a few drops of water. Or you can, you could just get the water on the end of your fingertips and whatever this movement is, sprinkle it, that's it. Just sprinkle the slices on both sides and there you have it, it's ready to toast. I did that this morning for breakfast and it comes out, good as new, crusty and just as fresh tasting as it was the day before. It saves throwing it away. So there we go, there's number 2. Number 3 is make stock out of veg peelings or scraps. Now, this is a pretty traditional, old-fashioned kind of tip anyway. It's nothing new, but it's one that I wanted to add in here. I'll put photos up of how I do it. It's a great way to save something that would otherwise most of the time end up in the bin, and not only that, the peelings on vegetables are actually really nutritious, and we lose a lot of that nutritional value obviously when we peel the vegetables and throw it away. So it's a great way to know what's going into your stock. Obviously it's avoiding the purchase of an extra container. Obviously it's saving you money. It's actually free effectively, apart from maybe the cup of water that you put in it. Season it and add a bay leaf and maybe some spices. I personally like to add turmeric, and there you have it. You have a really healthy, nutritious stock. You know what's gone into it. Just pour it into a repurposed bottle or something, and it's just a great way to reduce waste. Number 4 is use product packing or bags or wrapping as bin liners. Now I will put photos up of what I mean by this, because this is possibly going to sound a little bit odd. But basically I empty my general landfill. I hate that word, but we all have it. None of us are perfect. I generally empty or put out to recycling my black general waste landfill bin maybe every 5 months, 4 months at the most. And what I've started to do is collect any products that come in bags or packaging where I haven't been able to buy loose, which is always something I try to do as much as possible. But it's all about not giving ourselves a really hard time about that as well, and we can only do our best. And in today's society it is really difficult to get things that are package free. So wherever I do end up with plastic bags, so for example cereal bags are a really good one. I'll put a photo up as well of the ones that I use and how I do it. But yeah, basically just any waste that I have, goes into those bags. I keep them in my main kind of my main kitchen bin. I put them in there and I arrange them, you know, so that they're all open, ready to pop stuff in. You will notice from the photo that there is actually already a white bin liner already in that bin. That's because when I moved in, I wasn't collecting bags at that point. And that's literally been the same bin liner since I moved in here. So that was 6 months ago. So I'm pretty proud of that. There was some stuff in the bottom of it that I didn't really particularly want to put my hands in, but most of it I did pull it out and put it into these little produce bags, like I'm saying. Obviously, this tip only applies to people who are able to do this. I can only, you know, speak for the area that I live in, where I am able to put the bags into the general waste bin outside. You know, if they don't accept open produce bags in that way, then obviously this isn't something that you'd be able to do. But it's just a really good way of avoiding buying a roll of bin liners. And again, you know, it gets a use out of something that is not environmentally friendly, but otherwise would have just been completely wasted anyway. Number 5, finally, is buying ingredients or produce that you can use for multiple meals that you have planned. So basically what I mean by this is, for example, I will go out and buy a whole cauliflower and some potatoes. I will always try and buy those loose. And what I will do is I will have made a meal plan up before I go shopping, and I will be able to make 2, sometimes even 3 different meals with those same ingredients. So for example, I'll make a potato and cauliflower curry with half of the cauliflower and some of the potatoes, and then with the other half of the cauliflower and the other potatoes, I will make, for example, a cheese sauce, or even roasted vegetables or anything. But it basically just avoids that scenario that sometimes we can find ourselves in, where, particularly with fresh fruit and veg, because it perishes much quicker, you find yourself with a bit left over and you don't really know what to do with it. So I do intend in the future to do a video all about meal planning anyway, and go into more detail about this. But this is another great way to, obviously it saves money because you are portioning to a certain extent, but avoids throwing food away that's perfectly decent. So there were my 5 top simple yet really effective ways that you can cut down on your waste and also save pennies at the same time. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to my channel. Take care and stay safe. See you next time.